What's up, everybody? I'm Jessekazam. Welcome back to another Escape from Tarkov video. This is another one of our lessons from Beyond the Grave, where we take a look at a clip from my stream where I died, and we talk about what happened there and what we could pull from that to be better in engagements like that next time. I stream Escape from Tarkov on Twitch. All my links will be down below. I'd love to have you stop by and say hey. And if you like the video, think about dropping a like, commenting down below, or subscribing to the channel. All that stuff really helps me out as a content creator. And this video is sponsored by Juju. Juju is an energy formula specifically designed for gamers to increase reaction time, focus, and energy, all without providing any sort of hard crashes at the end. All of the flavors legitimately taste amazing. Blue raspberry is my favorite though. I drank this long before I ever worked with them in any sort of capacity, and working with them has been really awesome so far. So if you're interested in something like that, you can use code KAZAM at checkout for 10% off your order. That link will be down below as well. But with all of that stuff out of the way, let's go ahead and dive right in. So we've got a few clips today, and the video today is kind of talking about situational awareness and being aware of where you are and how to position yourself accordingly. The setup for this first clip is we're on Shoreline. I've been running a lot of Shoreline lately. I've been having a lot of fun. I was with a duo. My duo died. I believe we had eliminated one of the enemies, and I knew there was another one close. So I'm getting comms from him on where he died from, you know, what caliber, where the other guy is. I'm trying to use my audio to position this guy and then go in for the kill. And then this happens. So let's go ahead and take a look at the clip. These guys are just freaking holding, bro. There's one dead one.
Did you kill him?
I have no idea. Did you have a death?
I'm paying attention. I died to M62 to the leg.
Whoa! I'm dead. I died to a third party from East Wing all the way down Skybridge. So maybe many of you saw that coming, but I sure didn't in the moment. And then immediately when I died, realized how dumb it was for me to be in that position and was able to call it. I didn't see the guy. We thought for a while that potentially he was up shooting me through the hole, but we watched the clip back pretty slow. We couldn't see anybody. But it didn't take me long to realize that I was most likely shot from over there. It made a lot of sense, and it made no sense for me to be standing there waiting. Now, this unfortunately is a case where the audio in the game can be rough and it can hurt you, and we almost have to play to that right now, and we have to make sure that we're safer than we think we need to be because we can't always trust the audio. So in the first half of the clip, you know, you hear me say, like, I think they're holding. I've thrown a few nades. I've been moving around, and then I was waiting to hear audio from them. And I knew that they were there, but it sounded like he was just going to hold. So I'm tossing nades. I'm, getting information from my teammate. He said he died to M62. That round is going to shred me if I let him, take shots at me. So what's my plan here? I throw the grenade, and I hear steps on wood. Now, once again, this is where audio and map knowledge, all of this stuff kind of work together. Like, I heard his steps on wood, but all the rooms are wood in Shoreline. So I was positive he was on this floor with me, but he could have been in this first room right here. He could have been on the other side of this little bookshelf in a room over here. He could have been farther down. You just never really know. So I throw the grenade. I hear the audio. I know that he's still there, but that's really the only information I get. So I'm still not super confident with a push. I know that right here is this barbed wire jump. The only way for me to get over to this side is to jump over that barbed wire, which makes a ton of noise. It exposes me for a second while I jump and allows him to push. So I'm really not knowing what to do here. I'm kind of engaged with this guy. I could go for a long flank underneath to the other side of the resort, but there's two bodies here. There's the enemy that's dead, and then there's my friend. And while I'm doing that, if he kind of hears me doing that and calls that play, he can loot up and potentially leave. So I'm trying to figure out what to do. And as I'm trying to figure out what to do, some nades get thrown at me. And I immediately start wondering I immediately start questioning if there's more than one, because it sounds like I'm hearing somebody off to my right as well. It sounds like there's potentially more than one grenade thrown at me. I know that this guy I was originally engaging with was on my left. And so now I'm starting to think, is there more than we thought? And where are they? Or is this a third party pushing these shots and then coming at me from an angle that I don't know? So I feel pretty good about the decision to kind of push this way, because this is the safer way to push. The other guy, like we said, is going to just hold his position. He's in a position that's hard for me to push. So if I'm going to eliminate a threat, I want to push this way to eliminate. And once again, the audio really, really bugs me out. I thought he was standing right where I'm standing now. And then if I pushed here, I thought he was going to be here or to the left. And I'm really confused. It sounded like I heard audio really, really close to me on my right. So I'm a little confused. So I pick a spot that I know I'm safe, at least for now, because I don't see these guys. And I'm listening for audio. I'm completely still. And I'm just like only using my ears and not my eyes at this point. And I completely expose myself across. It is what it is. I exposed myself for way too long. And somebody that was probably hearing the shots from the earlier fight that was on the east wing is potentially considering pushing over. They hopped down to Skybridge. They checked across to see if it was clear. They saw a PMC standing at the end. So, you know, going back to the main point of this takeaway is that it's easy to tunnel vision on a single enemy or even a single fight. You know what I mean? I wasn't tunnel visioned on this one guy because I addressed that there was potentially a second and even pushed him and made a good call. But I wasn't too situationally aware of the rest of the map, of the other PMCs pushing in, of how much audio we were making, of where am I exposing myself to. And it cost me just a real clean, crispy one tap from the other guy, and I go down, and we never end up figuring out how many there were. So that was definitely a clip. It hurt. It hurt because I like these lengthy fights. I like being engaged with people for a while. I like movement and moving around while fighting, and it was all ended because of a mistake on my part. So that's one of the clips. We've got another clip where, once again, situational awareness, me not really putting myself in a great position. So let's go ahead and take a look at that clip now. There's another one. Stairs. I'm dead, bro. He's on the stairs. So once again, didn't put myself in a good position at all. This one happened much, much quicker. The setup here is just that we got a farther away spawn on shoreline to the resort. So we knew we were kind of pushing some dangerous waters by pushing into the West Wing late. We immediately acknowledged there was another team there. My duo killed a few of them. And then, you know, I see him. He calls that that's him. We push up. There's another threat in this room. He's killed a few people already. We eliminate it. I immediately acknowledge that there's another person. And you can see me kind of try and figure out the audio. I'm looking this way. I even ADS because I think he's down here. But he's actually above me walking this way. So once he kind of passes over me, I turn around. Now, this is the moment where I kind of messed everything up. I was able to identify that there was another enemy. I was able to figure out where they were coming from. I thought they were one direction, that it was the other direction. I can see their flashlight already. Okay, so I know that they're coming down these stairs. I know that they've got a flashlight, and that's going to blind me. And where am I positioned? Completely out in the hallway, absolutely no cover, separated from my teammate. I'm thinking I'm just Superman, and I'm going to eliminate this guy. So at every level, I kind of made mistakes here. I waited, instead of trying to shoot him right here with his back to me as he's coming down these stairs, I kind of wait for him to peek and try to like pre-fire him that way. But at that point, it's too late. I could have taken this opportunity to get some leg shots on him and potentially just push him back or hurt him enough that jostles him into making his own mistake. So even if I wanted to be super aggressive here and push him, I should have started shooting way faster. I mean, I know it's an MP7 and you don't want to get caught with, you don't want to have dumped your mag and get caught in a firefight and you don't have any bullets left. But I could have began to engage on this guy quicker and potentially push him away. But the bigger thing here, the bigger thing for me is that just where I'm engaging. When you think about it, there's a room right here. I could have taken some cover in. There's a room right there. I could have gone outside. There's rooms behind me. I could have pushed back to my teammate and we could have tackled this guy together. I could have thrown a nade right here, which would have held him off until I got to a position where I wanted to be. But everything kind of fell apart. The audio surprises you sometimes because you think he's in front of you, but It's not really an excuse. He gave me every opportunity. I mean, we see the flashlight coming down, and that's a whole nother thing. Choosing to engage somebody out in the open that you know has got one of these super bright flashlights on is probably not a good idea. Flashlights are really, really hard to counter these days, and it can be super frustrating to be shooting at someone where you think they are, but you can't really see them. So yeah, once again, there's a lot that goes on in Escape from Tarkov. There's a lot to be thinking about, and a lot of times you're trying to learn how to identify where enemies are. A lot of times you're trying to learn how to get better aim. A lot of times you're trying to learn how to do a lot of things in Escape from Tarkov, but the one thing you can't forget is where you are in the map, where position you have, and if that's a position of strength or weakness. And in this case, in both cases of these clips, I put myself in a position where I'm very exposed, you know, separated from my teammate in this case, and I didn't have a lot going for me except getting a lucky headshot, or the other person being bad, which in both of these cases, they weren't. So I hope, as always, that these videos help you out, that they A, encourage you to watch your own gameplay back, because that's the best way to figure out where you're weak in the game. But B, hopefully that even if you don't have the ability to do that or don't have the time, that videos like this can just kind of pull out principles of combat and Escape from Tarkov that you can apply and help yourself be more confident and win more fights in Escape from Tarkov. Thank you so much, as always, for taking the time to check out this video. If you liked the video, think about dropping a like, commenting down below if there's anything that you want to add, or subscribing to the channel. All that stuff really, really helps me out. Like we said before, I stream on Twitch. All my links will be down below. I'd love to have you stop by and say hey. And if you're looking for people to play with or just a community of people, the Discord link is down below as well. We've got about 3,000 people in there now, Tarkov veterans, newer players to Tarkov, everything in between. It's an awesome place to be. So thank you again for stopping by, and I will definitely see y'all on the next one.